Yes. So as I said earlier, we are going to be installing the Garmin Dashcam Mini 2. Done a bit of research on this camera and it seems it was quite a reasonable price and it kind of does everything I want. I just want general a little bit of protection for the car when I'm parked up. I mean, last year in my MINI2 when I parked it up at work, someone backed into it, didn't leave a note or anything like that, and I was left with a bill of fixing my front bumper. So this time when someone does that, I'm going to see who it is, all right? So anyway, the Garmin Mini 2, this is not a review of the camera. This is basically just me installing a dash cam camera in an X6 and showing you guys how easy it can be. Anyway, this is what you get in the box. This is the camera. It's really small, and this is what I like about this one because it will sit just behind the mirror on the windscreen there. You won't even be able to see it. And what I'll do is I'll run the cable upwards through the headliner, down the B pillar, and then that's where this bad boy comes into it. Yeah, this is the Garmin constant, well, let me go up a bit, constant power cable. And what's great about this cable is it looks like this. It's got like an OBD2 port, and it's also got like a USB connection port there as well. USB 1 or USB 2, maybe. Yeah, one of them two. Anyway, so if you look at the connections here for the OBD2 port, it's got, you can see there's just 3 pins, and that's because it's only drawing power. If you look at a normal adapter that goes into your OBD2 port, it'll have more pins than that because it's gathering information. This one only needs a bit of power. So yeah, and if you look at the cable, the end of the Garmin cable, it's also a USB cable. So that bit plugs into the camera, that bit plugs directly into there, and then that bit here plugs into the OBD, and that gives you all the connection you need to have a dash cam in your car without fooling around with fuse boxes or anything like that, or hard wiring or all that malarkey. The good thing about this one is it's quite intelligent as well. If you look here, it's got a switch and you can set that up how you want it. And it's 10 minutes, 24, and I think the other one is continuous. If you put it on a continuous, what that does is it records all the time, but it won't record until your battery's dead. It monitors your battery and it sees when your battery has gone down a sufficient amount, so it will stop giving power to the camera to save you from having a flat battery, and it will always give you enough battery power to start your car. So that's quite intelligent, and that's the reason why I'm using this solution. The only thing is how I'm going to connect it all up. I'm not really sure yet. Well, I am sure, but I'm not really sure how it's going to look. So we'll get into that. So let's get downstairs and let's give it a go. Okay, so the first thing I've got to do is decide where I want to have the camera. So I'm guessing I want it somewhere around there. If I put it behind there somewhere, so if I was to stick it there, that'll probably do the job. So it doesn't get in the way of anything. I think that would be perfect because I won't notice it because it'll be behind the mirror, and it should. I don't know if that's going to get in the way of anything, but I don't think so. Right, so what I discovered was that the best way to set up or put your camera on your windscreen, just to make sure it's got a clear view, is to connect it up to the app. All right, and what I've done now, I've just done a temporary connection where I've run a cable straight into the 12 volt using the USB there, just so that I can monitor exactly what the camera saw on my phone. Yeah, that's the best way to make sure that when you place, the placement of your camera is perfect, by connecting it up to the app, so you can get it on live view on the app, and then you can actually see what the camera sees when you're putting it on your windscreen, so that you know, all right, this is probably the best place. Now I've left it there, and what I'm intending to do now, I'm going to run the long cable. I'm going to try and get it behind here somehow, just a little bit. Maybe it'll poke out the bottom there somewhat, but try and get it behind here and then run it along the headliner all the way along there. I'm going to loosen this. I'm not going to take it off. I'm just going to loosen it so that I can sort of push the cable through here and run it down here. And then when I get to that bit, then I don't know, I'm going to have to, I know this panel comes off, so I'm going to try and get this panel off and run it in the inside of there, and then try and get down here somewhere so that it's conveniently towards the OBD port, which is down it there. It's down here somewhere. So like yeah, so that's going to be the next step. Shouldn't be too difficult. Right, so at this point what I've done is I've run the cable up here. I've just tucked it in the headliner there using like a pry tool. Just tucked it in there lightly. I got to this bit, it gets a bit tight in this corner here, so I've taken off the little plastic guard there, which goes there, which is that. So it says airbag on there. If you've got an X6, you'll know it just clips on there. So you just pull it out. And now that screw there is a 20 mil, I believe. So I'm going to loosen that. I'm not going to take it all the way off. I'm just going to loosen it enough so that I can run the cable down here and down here, the inside there, and then sort of sort out what I'm going to do down there later on. So that's what I'm going to do next. Now I've got to this bit, what I've done is I've taken off this panel here. It's got some clips that go in there. So I've taken that panel off. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4 clips. Pull it, you just pull that off. And now you've got this big hole here, this big recess here. So I was thinking there's a little hole that comes out there somewhere. Let's look under there. That's really close to the OBD. So I'm thinking I'm gonna, if you can see right down there, there's a little hole there. I'm gonna thread the cable all the way through there, come out from the underneath there, and then find some way of jacking up the OBD2 connection. And that should be it, mate. And I just put everything back and tidy up the cable. And that's the job's a good one after that, I think. So I'm actually thinking that cable can go behind there. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going to feed this cable through there then. And then I'll catch you on the other side of that. Right, so now it's time to locate the OBD port. There it is there. If you can see there, I'll put some light on it. It's right there. I've got the cable running down here. So you can see it's really near there. So I'm going to have to pull some of that cable back up. I'll try it both ways. Yep, it just slips in there, the light comes on automatically, so it's being powered. But then that's it. So what I'm going to do now is find the best place to put this cable, because obviously I can't have it hanging down like that. So I'm going to try and pull it back up there in that compartment, and I would say that that's done. All right, it weren't hard at all, was it? All right, so I'm going to tidy this up, and then we're going to test the camera out and see how it works. In the end, what I decided to do was stick it to the side there, so it's out of the way of everything. There's the ODB port, it's all plugged in there, and the cable going back up is there, and that's going into this side here. Tie all that up so that it doesn't move anywhere, and then just tidy up the top there so that we can plug it in and see if it all works. And that was it. Right, so here we have the finishing results here of the install. You can see the camera there. And if you see behind the camera, it's got a little cable. It's going through this, and it's going all the way around the headliner there, all the way down, well, this pillar here, all the way under there. And then we have the finishing result of what it looks like in the OBD port. If I can get that low. And it's stuck to the side there. I can see it's coming off a little bit there, so I'll have to adjust that again. So yeah, the camera's working now, because you can see the red light. That means it's recording. The other red line means that it's recording sound. That's it. It was a simple job, both of those jobs. It took roughly around 20 minutes to do them both, so it wasn't really a hassle. But yeah, you can see how simple it can be with this solution. So now my car is protected, and now I can monitor it wherever I am if it's got Wi-Fi. So if you've got a car that's got Wi-Fi, you can connect this camera up to your car Wi-Fi, and then whenever you want, you can get a live view of what your car's doing and what's happening with it. If you haven't got Wi-Fi in your car, then when you're at home, it'll probably pick up the Wi-Fi like this is picking up my home Wi-Fi now. So when you're sleeping at home, at least then you've got access to your car camera while you're at home anyway. Or if your car's at home and you're away, you can still access it because the camera will be picking up the Wi-Fi from home. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching the channel. That was just a quick one showing you guys, yeah, you can do little bits and pieces. It doesn't have to take long. You don't even have to butcher your car doing it either. Yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you all again soon for some more Cars of Sweden Live. Check it out.